In this video we will be discussing the common issues that all XRV owners get confronted with at some stage of ownership. This is my experience of 10 years of ownership. If you need help diagnosing any of the below discussed problems on your Honda XRV650 or 750 classic motorcycle, continue through this video and see if we are able to get you on the correct path. Ensure to check out our Frank's Way channel about section for contacting us directly. We will reply to all requests. Let's get started. Our guide will be broken down in a few sections covering the most common problems you can preventatively resolve yourself before it leaves you stranded next to the road. Be proactive and not reactive. The guide will cover the following topics: chain maintenance, electrical system, fuel system, cooling system, battery health status, wheel bearing and replacement, engine oil usage and level checking. We are covering all models of the Honda XRV650 and 750. Chain maintenance. The best way to really clean the chain is by using diesel and some elbow grease. Once rinsed off and re-lubricated, it is crucial to adjust the chain to the recommended 40mm free play as instructed on the swing arm by Mr. Honda, with rider in seated position. Failure in this leaves the chain too tight and wears the main output shaft bearing out. To replace the output shaft bearing is an engine out and split job, simply unnecessary, so do it right from the start. If the chain is adjusted and you hear a flutter on low revs riding second gear with a bit of torque, tighten chain one notch tighter. This will resolve the issue. Electrical system. The most common symptoms on a problematic electrical system are usually a flat or dead battery. The cause for these are usually linked to one of the following areas. 1. Motorcycle's rectifier has been damaged. 2. Motorcycle's battery has a dead cell or is sulfated. 3. Three yellow wires that link the rectifier to the motorcycle's AC charging system connector plug have melted due to high amps received from the three-phase charging system. 4. The motorcycle's starter relay red connector plug has melted due to high amps running through the wiring. This can be found on the left-hand side of your XRV 750 frame below the side cover and usually has a red square connector plug with 4 wires, 1 green, 2 red and yellow with green on depending on model. 5. Ensure to check the charging rate with a normal fluke tester or multimeter before dismantling anything. The values need to be between 12.8 volt up to 14.5 volt in some cases, as long as it is not lower than 12.8 volt or higher than 14.5 volt with headlights switched on. A problematic rectifier will show results on idle above 14 volt and above 2500 to 3500 RPM and go to 18 volt or higher. This will cause serious damages. By this time your battery and rectifier need replacement depending on how long it was ridden like this. Before we carry on in the video, can I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so that we can carry on making these educational videos for everyone out there. It really helps us a lot. Now back to the video. Damages resulting in a faulty rectifier. 1. Battery will be bloated and cooked. 2. Rectifier needs replacing. 3. In a worst-case scenario, the high voltage can lead to your capacitor discharge unit or CDI unit to burn out. This will result in the motorcycle not having spark on the spark plugs, and usually is accompanied by blown headlight bulbs. In most cases, one of these 3 areas are almost always the cause of failure of your Honda XRV motorcycle not charging the battery. In the video you will clearly see a faulty rectifier overcharging the battery above 15 volts and up to 18 volts. This in turn leads to a destroyed battery, and the subscriber had to replace the battery and a rectifier, and most probably a headlight bulb or 2. The next video shows the charging rate with lights on and the regulator/rectifier being replaced, including the battery. Well done on resolving your problem, Chris. We are glad to see the DIY solution resolved your issue. Fuel system. Another common weakness on the Honda XRV650 and 750 is the fuel pump, which can easily and inexpensively be resolved. The standard OEM fuel pump has brushes that will fail over the motorcycle's lifespan. A common mistake people make is to buy a normal 12-volt fuel pump which pumps fuel continuously. The difference between the correct and incorrect fuel pump is that the incorrect unit pumps fuel continuously, resulting in the float bowls of the carburetors flooding fuel and the motorcycle cutting out eventually. The fuel pump that we recommend for the non-original engine manufacturer replacement is the Facet FP1810 fuel pump, which has built-in reverse polarity protection, self-regulating and internal anti-siphon valve with positive shutoff, or you can simply buy the Honda part. Cooling system. The cooling system does not require major maintenance. Ensure you flush the system and replace with the correct antifreeze available in your area. Avoid using normal tap water, as this will result to the internal parts like the impeller and other critical units to rust out from within. Fan switches. Fan switches can go faulty and need to be replaced with the correct open and closure temperatures. If you want to replace it with an OEM unit, you can. We, however, on our Hondas usually replace the fan switch unit with a unit that comes in a bit earlier already. As an example, the standard operating temperature for the XRV750 switches on at 100 degrees, we replace and exchange this to a unit that opens at 85 degrees already. This is only for climates which is fairly hot or areas where you do a lot of slow riding for a continued period of time. The fan switch unit thread size is between 15.7 and 16 mm in size. Testing your thermostat. To test the thermostat, remove it out of the motorcycle and insert it into a bowl of boiling water. If the thermostat opens, it is okay. If not, replace the unit with another one. Keep in mind that you are working with boiling water. Apply safety rules. Battery health. A battery that cannot reach higher voltage than 10.5 volts when being fully charged has a dead cell. A fully charged healthy battery should be above 12.6 volts. Anything less means that the battery is sulfated. Replace the battery or have it checked by a professional first. One of the better batteries we can recommend buying is the yellow Motobat unit, which has really worked well for us in the past and will always be our go-to battery of choice. The Motobat battery can be sourced if you live in South Africa through Startline. Their web address is www.startline.co.za. Their friendly staff will help you choose the correct battery for your motorcycle. They also stock the replacement starter relay, rectifier and starter relay plug for your Honda XRV750. At the time of making this video, below are the Startline catalog part numbers required. Rectifier part number 66-05-RT-027. Starter relay plug part number 66-0MR5. Starter relay part number 66-0ME299. Wheel bearings and replacement. Front wheel. The two front wheel bearings are easily replaced. When replacing these bearings, ensure you ask for the best quality of bearing, and them being high-speed bearings, they are really inexpensive, and you should buy the best quality to start with. Rear wheel. The same rule applies as with the front wheel. Buy the best you can. There is, however, an additional bearing on the sprocket side of the rear wheel that is overlooked in many instances. Ensure to replace this bearing and the dust seal as well. Engine oil and usage. One of the most common issues on all Hondas I worked on or owned is that they all use some oil through ownership, especially riding long stretches above 140 km per hour. Honda allows for usage of 500 ml per each 1,000 km of travel. The oil usage can be caused by blow-by on your rings, or worn or faulty valve stem seals or guides, or both. To check the level of the oil, have the motorcycle stand upright 90 degrees and unscrew the oil dipstick. Clean it with a cloth and place it into the engine case without screwing it in. This is where your level should display on upper. Avoid checking the oil level with the motorcycle on main stand. As long as you keep this bikes topped up with oil, they will most probably outlive the owner. Speedometer preventative maintenance and care. When removing the front wheel carefully, you will notice a plastic gear inside the wheel. This is the part that drives your speedometer. carefully remove the parts and clean the housing out with diesel or solvent of your choice. Before installing the drive gear, ensure it is re-greased with waterproof grease. Take care when reinstalling all the parts. The XRV650 and 750 are one of the most reliable motorcycles when maintained correctly. They require minimal attention, and once you resolve the known common problems, it should last you a lifetime. I hope this short video has in some way enabled you to find the more common issues we encounter on our Honda XRV750 classic motorcycles. If you would like to add some additional problems our subscribers can resolve themselves, please feel free to comment it below in the comments section. Did you remember to hit those like and subscribe icons? Thanks for watching, ride safe and enjoy your classic motorcycles as much as we enjoy ours. Until our next video, goodbye.